Good evening, cult members. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is our review. I was going to say spoiler review, but if you haven't seen the first or the second A Star is Born and you're watching this review, we'll do our best not to spoil anything, but you have an idea what's going to happen.
If you've seen one of them,
yeah.
you kind of know what's going to happen.
We just got home from the Thursday night opening. The theater was full, which is a good sign for Oscar movie.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I said in our Stardust review that we have a leader in the clubhouse, everyone. For Oscar Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, Best Actress.
And Bradley Cooper directed, yes. And then he was part of the production. Several people on there.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew Dice Clay is at least mentioned occasionally for his performance. Overall, what did you think?
I thought it was really good. We had talked about it before we went and saw the movie, but the Barbra Streisand, Chris Christopherson version of this from 1976, I think is what I said. I watched over and over and over and over again, and I had the album and I listened to that over again. So I'm very familiar with that movie. So I wasn't sure what they were going to do. If you are a fan of that one, a lot of it is similar, but they didn't do. It's not a verbatim.
Right.
It's the feel is the same. The story overall is the same, but they've definitely modernized it
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I knew that this was going to be a unique and different version than the previous one when Jackson, played by Bradley Cooper, and Allie, played by Lady Gaga, meet in a drag bar on karaoke night. So it's right now, right there. It's going to be.
It was awesome. Sign my boobs.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Jackson boobs. Which is a funny line later in the movie. Overall, I had heard a lot of positive buzz and comments and everything coming into this, so I had some pretty high expectations, unfairly, by the way. I try not to do that, but I did it anyways. But this lived up to everything that I had heard and read and everything else. It does deliver at the level that everybody says it does.
Yeah, I was a little concerned. Again, rumors. We were kind of talking about this on the way home too. I heard that she was difficult on set, and that can sometimes skew the chemistry or mess with the chemistry, especially when he was the director. I mean, this is obviously his baby, and if she was difficult, those offset emotions can kind of bleed. But
from how their chemistry was on screen.
Yeah, I believed it.
No, you really believe that they are in love with each other.
Yeah.
We also talked about how Lady Gaga played the, I won't say innocent, but she was in awe of, oh my God, I'm on stage, and but also had that understanding that she punches a cop at one point in time, and she kind of is taking care of her dad and the dad's company, and so she was feisty and everything.
Yeah.
So she wasn't innocent, but she was also wanderlust.
You get swept up as you would, in all of a sudden becoming a star, coming from person on the street to being kind of pushed into that lifestyle, and so anybody would. But yeah, she definitely, compared to how Barbra Streisand played it in that version, Barbra Streisand was very innocent and completely didn't understand what was happening, and Lady Gaga played more of a this is cool and I want to go along with it to a certain point,
right,
and then she kind of put her foot down. So.
Yeah. the other thing that we kind of talked about on the way home, and it wasn't the direct storyline, but it's the underlying storyline, is the music industry is. I'm going to curse here, guys. It's some shit. Like fuck those guys. It is a chew you up and spit you out philosophy, and Jackson keeps trying to tell Ellie that throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
And she might have heard him, but it might have been too late. It might have been she was just. But just the way that the music industry is, and this is not the first movie to touch on it or the first documentary. We've heard all kinds of stories of how the industry is, and that made me more mad than the sad stuff made me sad.
Yeah.
I was ready to like punch some people in some scenes. I'm like, how do you even say that to somebody? Like, I'm just.
Yeah.
You were raised in a ranch in Arizona. You don't listen to have some punk from LA tell you that. You just punch him in the face.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess again, because I really watched, the 76 version so much, that's a big theme in that one too, that, I mean, especially in the 70s, right? You think about kind of the culture. I think it probably started maybe in the 60s when they would kind of use musicians. So as somebody who wanted to, I learned how to play guitar and I could kind of sing, and that was something I kind of wanted to do, and that probably put a damper on it.
Some other things that I wanted to talk about. We talked about Andrew Dice Clay. I said this on the way home. I want to see him in more dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
He pulls off Allie's dad really, really well. Yeah. You really get the he really cares about his daughter, but he's also, a Jersey boy,
Yeah.
So he kind of has
He's got a business. He's trying to run his business, but she's an adult daughter, so kind of let her go do her thing, and to a certain extent.
Sam Neill is awesome in the movie too. Again, Sam Neill needs to be in more.
Sam Elliott.
Sorry, Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott. I said Neil like twice, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sam Neill is always a win, but he's not in this movie. Sam Elliott is also always a win.
Yes.
But he's really good. And there's a scene. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a scene at the end that is really heartfelt. I wanted him to get out of the truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say with that.
Yeah.
And the last thing I really want to talk about for this particular movie is it's widely known that Bradley Cooper is very well liked in Hollywood by industry people, by critics, by producers, by other actors, and everything like that.
Okay.
And you can tell in this movie.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in this movie with some not big. I thought Dave Chappelle was going to have this huge role, and he's in it for a hot minute.
Yeah. And some of the sets, like set pieces, the award show, the Emmy or the Grammys.
Yeah.
Like they've put on like the Grammys for one scene, and a lot of the stuff with whether on tour. I know they actually went out and played a couple of different things.
Yeah,
I know they played at Coachella a couple of times.
These are huge crowds. So
yeah. And they're not CGI. They're actually there.
Yeah, no, you can see the people. Yeah, I was thinking about that when we were watching it. I was like, this is an actual like festival almost venue, because there's just thousands and thousands of people there.
And I really appreciated that Lady Gaga pushed for them to actually sing the songs. Like she made a point of saying it looks bad if you lip sync them during a movie.
Right.
And so I want to be able to have everyone sing the songs. And Bradley Cooper, playing the country star, was able to sing with Lady Gaga and make it make sense. And he played the guitar the whole way. I love actors who can do that, because I wish I could sing like that. I can sing, but I'm not like that.
He sang very well, and that was another thing I was a little concerned about, because obviously Chris Christopherson, that was his career first and foremost before he ever became an actor. So him Bradley Cooper, you're like, can he
sing? Yes, of course he can.
He can.
Jesus Christ, like we question that. Score. I ask you every time you know it's coming, and then we get a heavy side. Like, I never thought about a score.
Go ahead, because I always go first.
Okay, This is not my favorite movie of the year so far, but it's probably the best movie we've seen so far this year.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to say 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't cry at movies, and I had to wipe my eyes. So that's a pretty good. Yeah.
Aww.
I cried when Optimus Prime died, too. So you can take that for whatever grain of salt you want.
Okay. So, I mean, I was going to give it a high score, but I was afraid mine was too high. So, but I'm not going to give it a 4.5.
Are you questioning my scoring?
No, your score
I
can
always
be
score a little higher than she
whatever
does.
you want it to be. It's from the soul. 3.75.
Oh, my God, you're so low.
I know.
She's a hater. God, she's such a hater.
Low.
And on that note, what do you guys think of A Star Is Born? Let us know. Please go see it in a theater, not next to Venom. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you. Because there's some really dramatic parts, and then there's a rumble from the theater next door. So tell us what you guys think of A Star Is Born. Did you like Lady Gaga's performance? Do you think Bradley Cooper should direct again? Let us know, and follow us on our subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Leave us a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on our social media network. Pop Culture Cult Facebook, Pop Culture Cult 1 on Instagram, Pop_Cult 1 on Twitter, Stardust App, Pop Culture Cult. Till the next time. Good night now.